Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. I am Rajarsi Dasa. Welcome to Hare Krishna today. On today's program, we are continuing our series, a study of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness for students aspiring for spiritual initiation. So this evaluation course covers many different essential topics for spiritual life. First, we dealt with the material nature of this world. Then we dealt with the eternal soul coming in contact with this world and becoming entangled in this world. We discussed the super soul, God, as Paramatma within the heart of all living beings, who is helping us and directing, facilitating us within this world. Now we are discussing the subject matter of Krishna. So in our previous program, we discussed the subject matter from the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 8, where Krishna said, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, that I am the source of everything, material, spiritual, everything emanates from me, and the wise who knows this perfectly engages in my devotional service, and they worship me with all their hearts. Part of that question, explain why he, Krishna, is called Ishvara, Purusha, Bhagavan, and Adi Dev. So we covered this also, that Krishna is called Ishvara, not just Ishvara, but Param Ishvara, the supreme controller. Because there are millions of controllers. We are all controllers within this world. Somebody's controlling their husband, somebody's controlling their wife, somebody's controlling the workers. Everyone in this world, to some degree or the other, we are controlling. However, Krishna is the Parameshwara, the supreme controller. Purusha, enjoyer. All souls in this world are trying to be the enjoyer. Tough luck, right? Our attempt to enjoy results in disease, old age, and death, ruining all our plans for being the enjoyer. So we have to understand we are not the actual independent enjoyers. No doubt, you can't blame anyone for wanting to enjoy, because that's the swarupa, the constitutional position of all souls, including God the Supreme, to enjoy. The only big problem is that we do not know what constitutes real enjoyment. In illusion, we think we are this body, and we think enjoyment means contacting the senses of this body with different material objects, including sound, vibration, and so on. And we have the hope that something and somebody in this world will make me happy. So when we understand God, Krishna, the all-attractive, the reservoir of all pleasure, then we'll actually be happy. So he is the real Purusha. He's the real enjoyer, the supreme enjoyer, and we are meant to enjoy in relation to him. The example we give, the hand. The hand's the constitutional position of the hand to serve the body. The hands cannot enjoy separate from the body. So, Bhagavan, Krishna is called Bhagavan because he's the possessor of all opulences. He has all beauty, all knowledge, all strength, all wealth, all renunciation, everything to the absolute or unlimited degree. Therefore, he is called Bhagavan. In the Vishnu Purana it said, Aishvaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashastriya Jnana, Vairagya, Sanambhaga iti gana. These are the qualities of Bhagavan, that he is full in all the opulences. He has everything to the unlimited or absolute degree. We explained Adi Dev, that Krishna is Adi Dev, or he is the origin of all the gods. He establishes that himself in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Aham Adi Devanam Maharshinam cha sarvasha. He said, I am the origin of all the gods, and I am the origin of all the great sages and so on. Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya. Ahamadi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasha. That I am the source, I am the origin. He is Deva Jagatpati, the Lord of all the gods. That's Krishna's position. Now the next question we're going to deal with today. What is the purport of the verse which begins with the words Ye yatha mang prapadyanti? We're going to cover that, and then we'll take another one. What is the ultimate goal of life? Very important one, right? Yes, I'm sure you'll agree with me. So this verse, Ye yatha mang prapadyanti, it's a famous, popular verse among people who like to quote scripture and so on. It's from the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. About, is it 11? Ye yatha mang prapadyanti tangstataiva bhajamyaham. Let's find that, just to be specific. Yes, so Krishna is saying in this verse that ye, yes, that's right, I know it. 11, yes, Transcendental Knowledge, text 11. Ye yatha mang prapadyanti tangstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manusya partha sarvashaha. Krishna is saying in this verse, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. He's addressing Arjuna. So, Srila Prabhupada comments, everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. So what is everyone looking for? What is it everyone is endeavoring and aspiring for? It's one thing they want. And that's what is natural for all beings. They want that all attractive, that reservoir of all pleasure. That's what all beings are looking for. But there's a problem. They don't know under the spell of Maya what they are looking for. That's the big problem in this world. Under the spell of Maya or illusion, the souls are thinking, I want to be happy, I want pleasure. Fine, that's true. But what constitutes real pleasure? Where you are going to get that real pleasure? Because of the spell of Maya or illusion, when the souls think I am this body, all we know is the body and the senses and the objects of the senses. We covered that in the first lesson, material nature, the senses and the objects of the senses. Like you have eyes, so then there is the sense of sight, seeing things, tasting things, smelling things, touching things. So that's what we know, what we're experiencing. but this body is temporary. So whatever objects we are contacting, that's also temporary. So how can a temporary body and temporary objects give the eternal soul happiness? Furthermore, the eternal soul is spiritual. The body is material. The objects are material. It's not a compatible situation. We've several times given the example. You as a person, you need something for your bodily maintenance. And your vehicle needs something for its maintenance. Now you are different from the vehicle. You could take 50 body oil and put it in your vehicle, put some premium gasoline in your vehicle. But can you try that? Can you decide, well, that's looking good, I'll try that? No. Well, that's the same thing. Spirit souls need spiritual substance. That's God. So Prabhupada's point here, everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. So you look at this world. What is this world? Idam hi vishvam bhagavani veitaru. It's the manifestation of God, but his inferior energy, his material energy, earth, water, fire, air, ether, these material elements. So we are looking for shelter in the material elements. But the unfortunate thing is, despite all the shelter we try to secure and establish in this world, we're still going to be kicked out. Any intelligent person who is philosophically inclined can see ahead that in 100 years from today, I won't be on the scene here. Despite all my efforts to secure a nice situation, I'll have to exit. So an intelligent person, we also covered that in the past. Intelligence, the power to analyze things in its proper perspective. So why use a very valuable human form with developed intellect? The whole human form of life, the whole duration of life, just for momentary sense pleasure that's available to hogs and dogs. Is that really analyzing things in the proper perspective? Or does it make more sense to see, well, yes, this universe is amazing. Who made it? How can I contact that person? How can I get the ultimate benefit, which is permanent happiness that I'm looking for? How to bring that about? That's intelligence. So Prabhupada's point, everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestation. But the verse is saying, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Now some people get tied up with this part. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So people say, anybody I worship, Krishna say everyone follows my path. So anything, anyone, yat amat tatapat. Yeah, that's a shloka. Yeah, they say, whatever path you follow, you get to the same destination. Yata mat. Mat means like institution. Whatever you follow, you get the same destination. Bogus philosophy. That's like saying, any ticket you buy a ticket to Tobago, you can go to London, you buy a ticket to Georgetown, you can go to New York. It's all anything. It's bogus. It's important to analyze the words of this verse. Krishna is saying, Ye yatha mam prapadyanti. Krishna is saying everyone follows my path in all respect. Why? Because Vasudeva Sarvamiti, he is everything. But which path you're following, he says, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. You don't get the same reward. People are surrendering to him differently. Some are surrendering to his illusory energy, and that's different from what he wants. Let us look, I think this is the very next verse. Exactly so. Text 12. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devata kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Men in this world desire success and fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get result from fruitive work in this world. There you go, Krishna's point. Men in this world desire success and fruitive activities, and what they do? They worship devatas. So Krishna is saying, Kama istai rita jnana. Those who are full of calm, those whose consciousness is stolen away by lust, calm. Prapadyanti niya devata. They surrender unto the administrators within this world who supply various necessities, because that's their interest, that's what they want. But Krishna wants something else. That's why we were pointing out, you know people's prayer. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But we say that's bogus also, because heaven means the heavenly regions where the soul simply engage in sense gratification, their own business. That's not where God's will is executed. That doesn't take place in the material world. In the heavenly planet in Swarga Loka, Indra, they're doing their own business, enjoying, of course, on the gods. That's the difference between the demoniac and the devas. The devas, they enjoy in accordance with God's plan and so on in relation to him. But nevertheless, they are sakam devotees who are full of material desires. So when we are speaking about thy will, the Lord's will, we have to hear the Bhagavad Gita and understand what is it Krishna really wants from us. Does he want us to just go enjoying this world? No, he condemns. He says, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam Tayapaharita Chetasam. Those who are on this path just trying to enjoy bhog, sense enjoyment, aishwarya, material opulence, Krishna says, samadho na vidhyate. They cannot get any samadhi. Their minds, their consciousness cannot be fixed for realizing the Supreme. Samadho na vidhyate. They cannot get any samadhi. Why? Because bahu sakha hi anantasya. Bahu sakha means many branch. Consciousness here, there, everywhere. So that those people cannot actually be happy. They're tortured by unlimited desires in the mode of passion. But Krishna said, as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Yes. He said he is situated within everyone's heart, and he make their faith steady so that they can worship a particular devata according to their desire. According to their desire. That's not what Krishna desires. Krishna is very explicit about what he desires. He says, just hear from me how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you could know me in full, free from doubt. Yes, he wants us to hear from him, how to practice yoga in full consciousness of him, with mind attached to him, not attached to all kind of gods and all kinds of objects within this world. That's why he's saying, Arjun, I'm telling you the most confidential part of all knowledge. You hear this from me. Man mana bhava mad bhakto mad yajimang namaskuru. You always think of me, become my devotee, worship me. And pratijane priyosime. I promise you that you will come back to me. That's the most confidential part of all knowledge. Sarva dharman parityaja. That is dharma also. That is religiosity also. Surrender to this God. Offer sacrifice to this one, that one. If you want that, Krishna is facilitating that. But he's saying, Mamekam sharanam vraja. This is real dharma. This is Sanatan dharma. Real dharma means to just surrender to God. Not this one, that one, everyone. Everyone's servant is no one's servant. Yes. So Krishna says that as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. I give you material reward if that's what you want. Krishna says everyone follows my path in all respect. The atheist who rejects scripture and does what he wants, Krishna says, I give forgetfulness, and you're going to run into me a little later on at the time of death. Rest assured. There's one time when everybody will surrender, flat, down, dandabad. At the time of death, Krishna says, Mrityu sarva haras chaham. I would come as death, and I would take away everything. We have a choice. Either we voluntarily surrender now, or we surrender by force. When we'll see God at the time of death, we'll see him as death. Devotees see death as Krishna, the all-attractive reservoir of all pleasure. But non-devotees see Krishna as cruel death. We've given the example many times. The cat carries two things in its mouth. The cat carries the kitten, the little baby, and the cat also carries a rat in its mouth. Two different experiences. Everybody have to die. But the devotees, Krishna says, I, pratijani priyusimi, I promise you, you'll come back to me. I'll protect you. For the non-devotees, Krishna is silent in their case. When their case is called at the time of death, Krishna is silent. You didn't hear from me. You didn't do as I say. Tough luck. So, Krishna says, everyone follows my path in all respect. So he has many different aspects of his existence. The Vedic scriptures, he says, I am the compiler of Vedanta. I am the knower of Vedanta. But he says, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedya. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. So if bahunam janmanam ante, after bahu janam, if you actually become learned by all your religiosity and the cultivation of knowledge, if you actually become learned, you would know Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that Vasudeva Krishna is everything. Samahatma Sadurlabha, such great souls are very rare. So Krishna says, everyone follows my path in all respect. So we won't get time to cover the next point, which is the ultimate goal of life. But just to conclude this point, Krishna says, all surrender unto me. He says, he uses the word mam prapadyanti. Mam prapadyanti. There is only one purpose. Whatever people are doing they are expected to surrender unto God. But they don't get it quite right. Anyone who doesn't know Krishna is misled, and his so-called progressive march is either partial or hallucinatory. So some people have some partial understanding. They take some of his empowered representatives to be the complete whole. So they submit to that. Of course, Krishna says, Ye piyanya devata bhakta yajante shradhayan vitaha tepi mameva kaunteya yajante avidhi purvakam. That those who worship other gods, they worship me only, but they do so in a wrong way. Avidhi purvakam. We give the example of food. You have to feed the body. Great. So you take some food, put some up your eyes, put some into your ears, put some into your nose. Nobody could deny that you're feeding the body, but you're doing so in a wrong way. So the correct way is what Krishna is teaching. This chapter is called transcendental knowledge. So later on, Krishna says, how you get this transcendental knowledge? Just try to learn the truth by approaching a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession. A true guru won't cheat you. The Satguru will teach you what Krishna says. Krishna says, surrender to me. The guru won't say, I am God, surrender to me. No. The guru would say, surrender to God. Always think of Krishna, become his devotee. Prabhupada say, anyone who says he is God, he is dog. Yes. Prabhupada said, you surrender unto Krishna. So then we understand the ultimate truth. I'm Rajarsi Dasa saying Hare Krishna, and do join us again next week for a continuing presentation.